Let's take a look at what's going on outside. It is another stormy day out there, and this comes on the heels of about 10 days straight of wet weather across San Diego County. We're taking a live look outside as we kick off your 5 o'clock hour right now. This is the camera shaking a bit in the wind because we've seen a lot of wind picking up over the last about 12 hours or so. High wind warning in effect all the way through your Saturday. That means that by the time we get from today into tomorrow, we'll start to see those winds die down by about tomorrow afternoon. But for the coastline all the way toward your mountaintops, we're going to see gusts pretty intense. 40, 50, 60 mile per hour gusts are going to be particularly common across the mountaintops. Forecast models have pushed us up to 80 miles per hour for those gusts. It will be a very, very windy day today. It already has been throughout this morning. Aerial flood watch has been issued for Imperial County all the way through your deserts. Important to keep in mind that when this high wind warning expires, this flood watch will take its place. It extends all the way to the coastline. Along with that, we also have this excessive heat warning because these are all layered on top of each other. Excessive heat remains. Overnight lows are particularly hot. We've held on to the warmth from yesterday. So right now we're in the upper 80s. These are likely going to break some records for the hottest overnight lows that we've seen for a day like today. September is not used to overnight lows in the 80s where we are right now for most spots on the map. Let's time the rain out for you. We're going to see it likely pick up into the next couple hours. Scattered thunderstorms possible between now and about noon. Afternoon is where we see the majority of that activity take shape. Here's 9 a.m. We've got a couple areas of yellow on the screen there indicating where some of those thunderstorms could be starting up, and then we've got them continuing all the way through your afternoon. Mountains and deserts going to be hit the hardest. Along the coastline, it's just going to be kind of guess and check method where we can't guarantee that every spot is going to be seeing a ton of rain by this afternoon. It will likely be sporadic, especially as we go into Saturday. These are drying trends that we see in the overnight hours, and then by Saturday afternoon we start to see those yellow and orange dots pop up on the screen here indicating where we could see those outer bands of K. So K, Hurricane K, now Tropical Storm K is deteriorating. It's going to be a post-tropical cyclone over the next couple days or so. In total, we're expecting ½ an inch to an inch along the coastline, upwards of an inch for your inland valleys. Mountains and deserts could pick up on about 2 to 4 inches. That's what most of those models point toward. Looking at your afternoon highs, we're already in the 80s, likely going to keep warming up to the 90s. So this is that excessive heat that we're continuing to talk about. It's cooler by all means, and it will be cooler this afternoon compared to yesterday afternoon, for example. However, since we've held on to the heat overnight, we can only get warmer from here once the sun does come out, even though it's going to be covered by those clouds out there. So 90 this afternoon for Escondido, 89 for Poway, 89 for Ramona, 73 for Julian. Here's that 8-day forecast. Rain hangs on through tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms all the way through the day. We start to see drier conditions all the way into Sunday. Dry conditions remain through next week alongside those cooler temperatures. So 70s for the coast, 80s inland. Double digits is all we see for those deserts as opposed to any of the 100 or 110 degree temperatures that we saw during this heat wave. So cooler weather for the weekend into next week with drier skies once these showers and thunderstorms start to break apart by the time we get to about Saturday night or so.